I could spend this video talking about the plot of the Fairy Dance arc, how it was always going to be difficult to follow up the death game of Sword Art Online with a meaningful story that kept the stakes high. How, even by those standards, Fairy Dance is a pretty weak entry, giving us a cardboard cutout of a villain who, despite having dozens more pages of screen time than Akihiko Kayaba, still manages to be less interesting than a wet sock. I could talk about the immense creep factor of this arc, or about how the world of Alfheim Online is not nearly as fully realized as Aincrad. Conversely, I could talk about Kirito and Asuna, how the Asuna in this book is nowhere near as smart, resourceful, and skilled as the Asuna of books 1 and 2, how she basically does nothing but mope around in a cage and pad out page length, how the one time she does manage to escape, she gets recaptured pretty effortlessly by the bad guys. Or I could talk about how Kirito magically beats the final quest of Alfheim Online despite only playing the game for 2 days. But those things are boring. I mean, it's already pretty clear that Reki Kawahara struggled to figure out just where to go with Sword Art Online after closing the Aincrad story. Another round of the death game? More side stories? There's seemingly no clear direction for this series after Aincrad, no overarching meta-narrative. It's almost like Kawahara was throwing things at the wall to see what stuck, and this definitely did not stick. So rather than talk about those dumb things, I want to talk about the only good thing to come out of the Fairy Dance arc, Suguha, or Lifa. Look at the female main characters SAO had before Lifa. Asuna is the closest thing to a fully realized individual character, and she's, well, let's be honest, her defining characteristics are perfect and in love with Kirito. That's pretty much it. She's supposed to be a very strong warrior, but we only see a few instances of that, and they're all in books 1 and 2. Suguha, on the other hand, is a great character. She's a viewpoint character for large portions of this arc. She actually does things, so we get to see how she thinks, feels, acts, and reasons. Not only that, but we get to see how she has developed her strength, both in the real world through kendo and in ALO through hard work and practice with the flight systems. Her relationship with Kirito is complex. She struggles to understand her feelings and to figure out the right thing to do. With Suguha, SAO has a female character that has nearly the same level of character development as Kirito himself. Also, she's very strong, but there's an actual reason for her strength. Kirito studied swordplay for a very short period of time before dropping it in favor of video games, while Suguha spent years mastering the blade. It makes sense that her ability with the sword in a VR world would be very high. If anything, it just shows how nonsensical it is that Kirito has so much plot armor. So look, I apologize. The Fairy Dance arc sucks. We all know it sucks, and I basically was trying to get through it as quick as possible. It's just such a shame that this arc comes right after Aincrad, because it really feels like the series loses a lot of steam right here, and honestly it seems a little bit aimless at this point. I'm still keeping an open mind about the series after this arc, so we'll see how the Phantom Bullet books and beyond pans out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.